streameando esto? No. ¿Estás en directo? Wow. Hola. Hello. Hello. So we're like 10 people here, when the same people that we always gather. So it's going to be like very familiar thing, I think. Probably it's gonna show up more people, but yeah, the idea we have for everyone here in the place also. The idea is to show in this. This is the second day of the Viu festival, and the idea we have here is present a bit of the work of the women that are related to this community, and then after that, well, we have the presentation also we had in or something like that, something similar we had in the ICLC. And then we are gonna have the from scratch sessions. I guess we can keep streaming also to see the from scratches, no? So yeah, let's start. I don't know if you want to say something first? Hi, sorry. So if you're ready, Shelly or Joanna, to start the presentation, I don't know, to just, yeah, let's do it. Nice. Yeah.
With each other. So the community aligns itself with intersectional feminism, and it's also inclusive to trans femme and non-binary people and people who experience gender-based discrimination. So after the community kind of evolved, because after the 8th of March, we felt a lot of solidarity with each other, and so there was a desire to continue with the group and solidify on that, and the sort of feelings of happiness and joy of being together as women after that event. Now the Telegram group is sort of continuing and sort of remains as a place for sort of exchange. When we wrote the paper, there was 48 members on the Telegram group, and now I can see there's 59. So happy days. And there was 27 members on the Discord, but I think that's closer to 50 now. And there's links to these groups on the livecoderA website, which Joanna is nicely sharing for us in the background there. We have a non-hierarchical structure, and members write in English and in Spanish, and obviously it would be fine to write in another language. That's your jam. Those are just sort of the dominant languages in the group right now. The organization is sort of bottom-up approach, so it's purposefully horizontal, fluid, and organic, and just moving with the sort of wants and needs of the group. And we're primarily in a solidarity group rather than an activist group. So we don't have any specific goal statements as present, but many of the members in the group are proactive within the local communities, organizing relevant activities within and outside the group, such as workshops, talks, and performances, and things like this, which raise awareness of the group's women live coders. Oh, I wrote that in a really weird way. Awareness of women live coders in the group, and the existence and mission of viu.livecoderA. This is the reason we're not more of an action group is because we decided that a group that requires less time commitment would be more accessible, flexible, and sustainable, and more realistic for a long run. And placing lower demands on group members gives a center point to gather and regroup while we're doing other things and having demanding schedules in other places. So the channels are mostly used for organizational, informative, and supportive purposes, and an asynchronous meeting point for discussion and sharing. So people share pictures and links to performances, and links to things like this, and organize things like this. And there's also a list of profiles that's on GitHub, which Joanna and I think Jessica started. That's a work in progress, and I think we want to maybe push that a little bit more coming up, to have a bit more of a clear presence for the women of the group online. Why a women identifying live coding group? I kind of hope that we don't need to state this too strongly, but there's continuous evidence about how women are still a minority group in music technology, and from related conferences in music tech. NIME, the New Interfaces for Musical Expression, has about 15% women author, and the ICMA, the International Computer Music Association, has about 15% women members. It's clear that we're still a minority, and also that generating an awareness and visibility of women's work in music tech, as well as publishing statistics about gender imbalance, has become a useful tool for responding to this problem. So for example, Female Pressures Fact Survey has results from 2013 on the increase in women on music lineups. So that's ranging from 9% in 2012 to 27% in 2020. And those stats are interesting because it shows that it takes some time and perseverance to enact change. Yeah, maybe one of our future goals in viu.livecoderA is to work on statistical figures in the live coding community, because nobody's really done that in the last 10 years. So any stats that there are probably very outdated. Added to that, Joanne Armitage and Helen Thornham published a paper in 2021 which discussed the importance of acknowledging the values brought by women live coders into live coding practice. So those values are such as failure, slowness, and embodiment, counterbalance what could be seen as normatively masculine values, which emphasize and fetishize code and software. And probably like last but most importantly, the women-only live coding group provides a necessary safe space for group members to develop individual voices without getting overshadowed by male-dominated groups and male-dominated perspectives. So I think I'm going to hand over to Joanna now, and we're going to do a really smooth switch of the screen sharing, and then she's going to carry on talking about some of the activities. So
there we go. I hear some echo, which hopefully means that everyone can hear me. Okay. So yeah, I'll take over now just to talk a little bit about the events that we put together. Shally already mentioned in the Women's Day in 2022. Um, it was a quite ad hoc event, but it felt really good to come together. So basically, we organized a 24-hour period of performances that were streamed on YouTube and also on a customized Mozilla hubs that Alexandra Cardenas created for us. And we also had a talk over Jitsi, which is the one thing that you're seeing now that Shally is sharing. So it was really nice to both have performances being streamed. Some of them were in real time, others were pre-recorded because of the capacity of different people. And it was really good to also have this moment where we just chatted. There was really not much planned. Some of us, we just wanted to get to know each other. We heard of each other. We were chatting on the Telegram, and it was good to just put names to faces and have a bit of a convivial moment. For this event, we also created the link, the website that I was sharing earlier, that was designed by Flor de Fuego, who's also here today, and me. I helped a little bit as well. And it's inspired by Lynn Randolph's 1989 painting Cyborg, which was used in Donna Haraway's book cover, Cyborgs and Women, Reinvention of Nature. And we used P5JS in a bit of Hydra on Glitch, which is a place where we are hosting the website. So 2 live coding tools and some collaborative efforts. And we still use this today. We try to update it with some more links of things that we do over there. It also there's also some recordings of not only the streaming that happened in 2022, but also this year in the International Women's Day. We also tried, we did a bit of a different setting. We had, so the one that you're seeing now was in Barcelona, that was organized by the Top Lab Barcelona. And the one now on the screen was an estuary jam. So there were basically two. We thought that we needed to distribute a little bit more the organization. So there was a node in Barcelona. There was also an online gathering, like jam, that was sort of international, and different people joined remotely. So I think it was really cool to try these different formats, and they all seem to work in different ways, and they all seem to bring us together in different ways. So we'll probably reflect what to do next. There's also, the website also hosts a manifesto, which is there, like Shally said, in the 2 main languages that we think it's a bit hard to be aware of all the nationalities and languages that the livecoderAs share, but those have been the ones so far. If anyone at any point wants to add more translations, that would be amazing. So we're more than happy to expand on that. We'll also, in terms of reflecting around what that means to us, being, having a hub where we can talk to each other is definitely the main thing. But also, we started seeing new collaborations and partnerships happening. It's also the fact that we share certain environments and we are all in a channel that we can talk to each other also means it's easier to collaborate and to invite each other to participate in live coding events. So one example is Sarah Imzerich and Alyssa Champlin, who collaborated in Algorave for the 10th birthday stream, and Alexandra Cardenas, who invited Earth to Abigail to participate in DAS Festival in 2022. So it's quite cool to start seeing those connections emerge. We also took the opportunity to, in this year, to connect to Sister Server, which is a self-hosted YouTube channel by women identifying people. So it was good to also sort of start this connection. The instance itself is self-hosted on using PeerTube, which is an alternative for for YouTube. And these sister server community pretty much provides a platform to groups like ours, a bit more broad in terms of not just like coding, but other practices as well, mostly artistic practices or tech related cultural practices. So that's really cool to start seeing happening in a fairly short amount of time, and given that we have a limited energy to it, but it feels already amazing to start these initiatives growing. The pace is slow, like Shelley mentioned. We just do what we have the capacity to. We try to put as little pressure as possible. We find it useful to have this momentum of days like Women's Day. It's a date that seems to not change, and it gives us a horizon line to do things somewhat freely and within the capacity of the people at viu.livecoderA. So yeah, I don't think we were asked to reflect on future plans for this presentation we did at ICLC. It's a bit hard to speak to everyone in the group. We also we haven't managed to meet all of us and to be able to speak for everyone's voices around expectations on what viu.livecoderA could go in the future. But we definitely feel like so far it's been very comforting and also exciting to do these. We hope to reach out to more people, so do let us know if you would like access to the or to join the channel, and we would like also to actually discuss what what things we can do more together. So it's a work in progress. We hope to reach out to more people, and the GitHub link you saw earlier with people's contacts can also be another way to just be more visible and help us collaborate in the future. I think this is it. I don't know if I forgot anything. Shelley, if you want to add anything to be run through.
No, I think that covers it. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So I think now, I mean, there's a lot of people anyway in Jitsi that are part of viu.livecoderA that even helped writing the paper. So I think, anyone really who wants to add.
Hola.
Hola.
With troubles. Hola.
Yay. Super. What I was going to say is I'm super happy we're here together once again. And thank you so much for sharing all your thoughts and your reflections. Here's Alicia. I don't know if you want to share something from...
Okay, well, I didn't have anything planned to share, and having a microphone handed to you out of the blue is always fun, but I guess the point is that this is a safe space to just screw up and say something silly. But I'm super happy to be part of this, and happy that it feels local, even though it's so decentralized and global. That there are those of us even distributed. We've met a few times, some of us, that the community kind of feels close, even though there's a lot of distance between so many of us. And I'm also excited that it's not just a Western perspective or a European perspective, and that there's so much representation from the Latin countries and elsewhere that we really it's. I mean, as somebody coming from a very Western perspective, it's so good to me to be to feel challenged and asked to show up in a way that represents all of us and not just a limited Western white lady perspective. And so I'm super grateful for that. I'm learning a lot. I don't know what else I can add except that I think it's important. And as far as growing, it's an organic thing, and it will happen, I think, and it will depend on the capacity, as Joanna said, and the level of interest and time that people have to invest. I'm sure that will like rise and fall over time. I'm sure that's not always going to be a constant, but I'm excited to see what this group can do and what things are coming next.
Hi. Well, I wanted to add that I always read the messages that are in livecoderA, and I never participate. And that, like, it's a reflection that I'm having, no? Like, why do I not participate? And I talked to other women in the ICLC that were also like, I also read everything and I don't participate. So I think we should reflect a little bit why. Why are we there and it's difficult for some people to engage there? Even though I feel that it's a safe space somehow, I still don't have like I don't know if it's the energy or I still in the same like mindset of I'm gonna be ignored, even though I know that this is kind of a safe space, but I keep having this thought or something. So it doesn't, I don't know, I think that we could actually try something, more activities or something that makes more people participate there, because I do feel that there's now 50 something women, and I think that like 10 or 15 are very active, no? So yeah, I think that there's something there, and I'm part of that. I literally read everything. I feel that I know you, you don't know me. Like, you know, that's a weird feeling. And I'm always the person that is like, I'm not gonna play, and then Lina is like, no, you're gonna play, and okay, I'm gonna play, and then I don't appear in the names anywhere, you know, because I'm always at the last minute pushing myself to do it. But I do think that that would be like a good, I don't know, thinking process of what's happening there, no? I don't know. You wanna go? Who wants to go?
Well, I do have an opinion on that. Hola.
Yeah. Hi.
¿Cómo andan? That I have that feeling too. Even being one of those 10 or 15 people active, sometimes when we are trying to organize something, I send a message and it takes like, I don't know, a few days till someone answers, or sometimes we have that very slow communication. I think that is the main problem, that is not allowing others to give their opinion or to ask more questions or to feel like we have a word in Argentina which is manija. When you are manija, it means that it's something, it's like contagious, you know? When someone is happy and enthusiastic and you feel like, oh, I want to be there, this is so cool, I want to know more, these people here, they are so cool, and you want to participating and engaging with the group. And I don't know what's the solution for that, but we are here. The feeling that I got when we got together in those meetings that we did for organizing this last HM show or stream was that we are not cold. We don't hate each other, or there is not like a bad mood in it's not, we are not bad. It's just that we don't know each other. They are very beautiful, kind woman sharing stuff. So I hope we all can participate more there. And please don't be shy. Like I am used to here in the experience I have in Click, which is the collective in Argentina. I have very good experiences with people that is just starting to like code, for example. So don't be shy. Just share, ask. I will be thrilled to share with you, maybe to code online remotely with Flog or something like that. And I don't know. I really hope we can create a group that is relevant for the community of live coding, but also for other kind of you know, electronic groups because it's really, I feel that it's really important that we are here together, trying to, I don't know, to be stronger together. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe I wanted to say that what I was thinking these days, like, and when we were talking about organizing like this meeting, it's like it doesn't matter if we're gonna be 3 or 4. I think it's we need to make these meetings and meet each other. And we were saying like we would like to know what the other girls are doing, what are they working on. So I think making these meetings like, I don't know, super regularly, or I don't know, just making the meetings is like a good start. At a good start to see like, oh, I want to participate, I want to be there, I want to see, oh, I just want to listen to the other girls. But I think it's important to have this space somehow and somewhere. No? So I'm super happy that we are here. And without, I was nervous a little bit because we didn't have like a format, like what should we organize, how do we organize this hour? But I think it's like that, no? Like let's be organic and see what the questions and concerns of each of us do we have, and how do we can reflect on these more days, and then meet again and talk about this again. So I think it's nice that we listen to each other.
Well, first I want to say again, like the beginning of this, because there's more people coming here, so we started this because we want to, present this viu.livecoderA community that is growing, and I feel that this is something that we should still doing. I was thinking that probably we should make like a monthly meeting or something. No, we can think about that. Yay. Yeah, because with Top Lab Barcelona we did the same. It was like, okay, we're gonna do once a month, we're gonna stay there, and we're gonna be 3, doesn't matter, we're gonna be 2, doesn't matter, we're gonna be 15, and now there's a lot of people now in here, and probably this should work or not, I don't know, but it's a good idea to start. And also I want to ask, because I didn't do anything with the GitHub or with the report and so on, because I'm like you, I think. But how a newcomer can participate with all these things? Maybe you can ask you that you are more engaged with the viu.livecoderA. So what is the way, no? How we start with that? How new people can go to the Telegram, for example, or then how we can change something that is still missing in the GitHub or something? How we can do more things for the viu.livecoderA group? Maybe somebody of the Jitsi can ask for that. Or I should put some. You?
I mean, leave it to the project manager, I guess. But I think having a really clear resources kind of page, like a homepage of some sort. I mean, I know we have a website or a web page right now that I think it's more like an artifact of the original Women's Day event. But if we could expand on that a bit and have like a key resources or some kind of just really brief and to the point, like very difficult to miss sort of list of things. You know, link to the Telegram, link to the Discord. Link to the list of contacts or documents or whatever. That might be a good start, just to have that footprint, that visibility, so that anybody can do a web search and there it is. You don't have to ask around or be invited, you know. So I don't know if we have accessibility to sort of develop that page on the web, or if we need to think of another solution. We do?
No,
Joanna is in charge of the website.
Ah, okay, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I'm not trying to sign you up for that. I'm just...
I want to put more work into you.
There's a few of us with access to the website, me and Flor for sure, but really anyone who wants to edit can. You just need to ask. At the moment, we basically just do it as we go. I guess because I think we need to balance. I guess we had once this issue of sharing passwords to things in a Telegram channel, and that there was a person there who was definitely not a life coder, but wanting to sell bitcoins or I don't know, I forgot what it was, but something to do with that. So I think that's also, it's not, obviously we want to be as open as possible, but sometimes it's with things like Telegram that any person who finds a link can join. We also need to be a bit careful with link access to certain platforms and passwords and things like that. But I think really once you reach the Telegram channel, there's a few links that are pinned in the channel, and those are usually the main ones that we have been accumulating. It's a bit difficult to find a way to be a bit more organized in that sense, but you know, we usually also, that's why I know that it would be really nice to have a say monthly meeting, for example. What I feel like with the momentum that we get with the 8th of March, with Women's Day, is that we get to do things. So for example, the website came together because of the 8th of March in 2022. This year we managed to connect to and have a new instance and channel in PeerTube because of that event. And I feel like this is what helps us make things and do things that can help in the long run to get a bit more outreach and connect to people. So yeah, I think if we start doing monthly meetups, then maybe there's more. It's easier to circulate these you know platforms and have more people responsible for them. The only other just chatting on Telegram and asking, hey, who can access the website? I also want to do something. But yeah, it's a bit improvised.
So I have a question for the girls in the audience. So, what do you do?
Yes. In which audience? Are we in the audience? Who is in the audience?
I had the same question.
Sí, ustedes. Yo no sé cuántos son. 4 se presentan, nos cuentan. It would be, so we know what you do, what you can do. Maybe we can do the website all together. We can create a repository in GitHub and share it and collaborate. Because you know, sometimes I feel that I like that viu.livecoderA is so light. You know, the pro is that it doesn't demand a lot of time, but it's a con also because we cannot connect and that thing that you mentioned. But if I wanted to make a website for us, I know that it would depend mostly on me because, you know, it's hard to get together. But if you are feeling like doing things like that, we actually can.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, so we present?
We present.
Okay, I start?
Your turn.
Ah, okay. Okay, so we make this... Bueno, okay, so like a brief presentation. I'm a designer, I'm a product designer. I work with objects and I like electronic art and I like a lot to do performance art. And I code, but a little bit. I admire all of you because you do a lot of nice things and great things. But I don't feel like a coder myself. I feel like I play with code. And I would like to still continue exploring this idea of code and the body. But I can help, of course, like to make a website or whatever. I'm always excited to learn. So yeah, that's me.
Hi, my name is Ambar, they, them, or she, her pronouns. And I'm a developer as well. I do live coding. And today I'm showing for the first time a tool I developed to share via a QR code the live coding of Hydra or Straddle, so music or video, so people in the audience can bring it directly to their mobile phones. So yeah, I'm trying to have fun and share that live coding is not difficult to play with, and hopefully starting a community in Madrid. There are some people interested, so let's see how it goes.
Well, I'm Lina, and I'm a musician and a live coder, I guess. So yeah, I kind of know some stuff about web and so on, but yeah, my thing is the sound, I think, and the music. So I'm interested in how live coding works to make music, I think. Yeah, that's it.
I'm Julia, and for me it's a hard time to say that I'm a live coder, but I think I am. It took me like 10 years to accept it, or to even start with it. I come from science. I am finishing my PhD in computational physics, and I think I'm a coder, but it's hard for me to see the creative, like to become creative coding. No? So that's why probably it scares me to be in a creative space like this. I'm very I still have to struggle. I struggle with the hard academic settings. So and going to the ICLC and meeting you all and being in this environment in Top Lab Barcelona has changed my world completely, and I'm very thankful for that. So I'm going more and more to that area and leaving the terribleness of academia behind. That's it.
Okay, so I'm Alicia, and I guess I'm a live coder with mostly with sound, and I got into it initially because I was working with biosensors and other kinds of data sonification, particularly brainwaves. So I do some stuff with EEG and with MaxMSP for making patches to sonify data, things like that. My background is in art criticism and sort of contemporary analysis of everything from like data fluxus and electronic like new media stuff. And I work as a global project manager for like a big multinational digital HR company. Like the most boring thing you could describe. Like the more I feel like I'm not describing it well, I need more adjectives, and then like the less interesting it becomes. But yeah, so I do project management. I do basically like product development and user experience design and things like that in my day job. And I'm also working as like I don't know, how should I put this? I work with acoustic instruments also that are built of my own designs. They're like experimental steel pieces of whatever. That's another whole thing, but it has to do with activating for me anyway, it has to do with activating the body's response to resonance and things like that. And so if you're into things like bioscience and like neuropsychology and things like that, like I would be super psyched to talk with you about how to match that up with like live coding and other creative stuff. I have some background too with web, but mostly in like a content management perspective. So less so when it comes to real front end or back end development. And like I can sort of bang my way around in GitHub, but I'm probably more of a liability than an asset in there. So I don't know. I'm super excited to help with things like website stuff in terms of the content. I mean, I love creating copy and editing and stuff like that, but I'm not as handy with the technical stuff. So if there's somebody doing web things that, you know, you would really like to be able to do some of the technical back end or front end things, but you want somebody else to come up with all the content, then like we should work together on that. That would be fun for me. I'm like a good, maybe constructive collaboration. Yeah.
Now they need to present themselves.
Yeah, your turn.
Your turn.
Thank you. It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I really love that live coding is like a space of, I don't know if this is the right English for it, but truth. Like a place where it doesn't matter how much you know or where you come from regarding the knowledge or experience. It is a place to activate the creativity, and that is very therapeutic, you know, it's really vital, I feel. And it's really nice that we are sharing that. I really like the live coding spaces because they don't have, or usually, or I love the places where, you know, the heavy weight of academy is not there, you know, because academy is so harsh on people. And it's nice to take that bag out of our back, you know. And you know, regarding what you said about content, Alice, I have been like collaborating and talking to Luis. I don't remember his last name right now, but he's in charge of the blog for Tobla. And he's always trying to catch people that like to write and suggest content. So maybe you could get in touch with him and write some things. I am not an administrator, but like an editor, so I can write things, but I never have the time to actually sit down and come up with an article or something. Maybe we think content related to this community, the female production.
Yeah, you could. Can you pass me the contact info? I'd love to.
Luis Navarro, no?
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's from Mexico.
Yeah, I know him. Okay.
Ah, you?
Yeah.
No, you were not in the workshop, no?
Yeah, I met him like in Mexico years ago.
But we also want your introductions. Like we don't know what you do either.
Josha, me presento entonces. Well, they want us to introduce ourselves too. So my name is Iris Saladino. I live in Buenos Aires, and I do live code here. I studied music and electronic arts. I didn't get a degree, but I kept studying all the time and producing. And I like to play with tidal cycles and connect it to Hydra. That's the main, I like visual sound controls. I like that integration. So I have been playing around with it, using Hydra and also using 3JS, which is a library, a JavaScript library for 3D. Yeah. And of course I like other things too, but I feel very comfortable with live coding. I really enjoy playing. It's like playing an instrument, you know, but it has also the poetic and political part in it, in the same tools. So it's like beautiful. I feel like creating something bigger than just playing around with an instrument. I also like to use Super Collider sometimes, but I'm not I didn't spend that much time with it. It's easier and funnier just to turn on Tile and start making beats. Maybe select some samples and create like weird or I don't know, fun like sound palettes. Pero bueno, sí, that's me. Hi.
Hi. Who wants to go next? Flor de Fuego. Because you're next into the stream. You're the next one in this.
Yeah, hi, guys, folks. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Yeah, I'm Flor. I'm also from Argentina, but now I'm based in Dortmund in Germany. My background is visual arts, but I know I always say that I like to do digital craft work or witchcraft. I don't know.
Witchcraft.
So I don't know. It's not only. Yeah, I guess it depends from my mood or my ideas or my needs, which tools I would use. I don't know. I also, as some of you said, like I don't see myself as a developer. Of course, I code, but in a witchcraft way. So you know, when sometimes you like things works, but magically works. So yeah, I don't know. I like to do also visuals, mostly Hydra. I like to do stuff with sound too. But also I'm really interested in like moving a bit, and I think also what this ICLC was very interesting for me with the topic of displacement, the idea of yeah, I don't know, like yeah, like other possibilities to approach code. So I know I was also like coding lights, and that was the first time I did it like live, and it was super fun. But I really need to yeah, continue studying, and yeah, so yeah, I guess that's it.
Thank you, Flor. See you in Barcelona soon. Shelly, you're next. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop using the microphone, but I have it, so I'm this is like, okay, Shelly.
I don't like this system. Where
Well, I'm sorry. This is what's happening.
Yeah, I'm Shelly. I work primarily with sound, but also like a little bit of visuals. Been coding Super Glider since 2005. So yeah, it's been
2005?
Huh?
2005? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like my entire adult life has been Super Glider. It's like mental.
Wow, your brain must be weird. Your brain must be weird. I'm sorry. I'm gonna handle this to somebody else.
My brain is definitely good. Yeah. And I totally lost my phone.
I'm sorry. Continue. You were thinking about 2005.
Yeah, and yeah, I've worked on other practices around cloud coding. So I did a PhD in network music collaboration, and also did some research around machine listening and machine learning in music after the PhD. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in sort of constellations around what it means to improvise with algorithms, and quite often my work has some sort of themes that are sort of subtly critiquing sort of social themes around technology as well.
No, te toca. Yo ya. I'm not there.
Would you like to present yourself?
I think that it's Joanna's turn.
Maybe I say something. I will have to. Unfortunately, I'll have to leave in 5 minutes. I have to yeah, bike somewhere actually to. I can say where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go dance tango. So I'm gonna go there. So I guess that's a good introduction to myself. I'm actually, my background is in graphic design. I started learning code through creating web designs and web development, and also because I also have a passion for dance. I've been dancing before I design, so I guess I started seeing a lot of the interfaces, and I started looking at code as instructions, just like in performing arts, just like I guess in music, in dance, etc. So a lot of my practice is sort of creating these connections between movement and algorithms. Sometimes it's literal, sometimes I literally engage in the various forms of embodiment and dance. Other times it's more thinking about movement and choreography as a form of control and asking, even in our lives, like, do we really have freedom of movement, or how much conditioned we are, and what's the role of algorithms in that? And I play a lot with physical understandings of movement and control, and then bringing that into the digital space, within which is much, in my opinion, in experience, I think it's less explicit sometimes how conditioned we are within those spaces and how much surveillance we face as well. I guess it's also a little bit of looking at these algorithms as a more, or live coding practices within its own social but also technical perspective, and how they, after all, also a bit of a political viewpoint on those. Yep, and I'm excited to have joined today and have seen you. And I'll stay for Maya's presentation, and then I'll like fade away. But enjoy the rest of the evening, everyone.
Yay! Yay!
Good luck dancing tango.
Yes.
Maya, it's your turn.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sí, hola.
Hi, I'm Maya. I studied arts and music, and well, I am a performer and an artist. I started using Super Collider a few years ago. I was using it for some of my compositions, but also for my sound installations to create sound materials. It was a very suitable tool for me. And then in 2020, I attended a workshop at the viu, at the viu.livecoderA, organized by Top Barcelona. And then I got in touch with them, and then I discovered live coding and another tool, very interesting, and opened me the door to make ways to create and to develop my sandbox. And I think that's it.
Super. Julia is asking, like, in which year?
What was the year that you joined, Maya? Sorry?
In 2020.
20. Like right before the pandemic, no? Or in the pandemic?
That was the problem, that I joined, but then 2 weeks after the pandemic started, so we were all the lockdown, we were all at home, but thanks to that, you also started this series of What's it also now that in live coder, and that was a very nice moment that everybody was contributing from home, and it was beautiful. Yeah. And yeah, it was around that time.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. I think we are going to wrap. But you arrived now. Yes.
A new person.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Penny. I studied musicology, and now I'm doing. Oh, so cute!
Yes, Yura, she's new. She just arrived.
Yeah, and now I'm well living in Barcelona. I started my PhD in audio generally, and I'm trying to insert there some music creation. Well, I live code for a few years. I started with Super Collider, and well, I'm trying to become better at it. I really like this tool. And yeah, and I would really like to also start visuals. I have never done it, and I have no experience in that, but I would like to experiment with that too. And that's it.
Thank you. Well, thank you everybody for joining today. I think we have to meet again. And I think that now that we're meeting, yeah, let's make it regularly, no? And maybe I was thinking about, I don't know, in a future streaming, I don't know, for something, for X event, maybe we can try to make some networks and try to do works together, like, I don't know, like make some matches and make, I don't know, live coding together, no? Now that we know each other. Floor is like in a theater. Okay. Okay, so thank you. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you everybody for listening, and let's. Yeah, we want to show you a little bit the space. No, this is me only. Well, I don't know.
Watch the cable. Yeah, I'm gonna do it very gently.
People is preparing for the from scratch session. Okay, so I hope we see you soon, and okay. Ciao. Thank you.
I saw the. Oh, I can't do that. Hi, Chief. Hi. Hi again.
No, it didn't work.
It didn't work. Sí. Okay.
So thank you everyone for joining us. Pues seguimos, ¿no? So yeah, next thing is gonna be the from scratch session. It's gonna be in stream. So if you want to change to the YouTube channel, I think it's in Top Lab Barcelona, ¿no? So yeah, let's meet there in the chat. Y aquí pues 5 minutets i comencem el from scratch session, ¿no? Sí, no sé cuál es la lista final definitiva. Y para la gente, no sé si hay gente que no ha venido nunca, o sí o no. Las sesiones de From Scratch son sesiones... Chao. Son sesiones en las que hacemos código empezando con la pantalla en blanco. ¿Cómo que no? O en negro también, o en gris, bueno, sin nada escrito. Y son 9 minutos, y para la gente que no sé si hay alguien que no sabe cómo son las reglas, si sois el público, al final de los 9 minutos hay que aplaudir. Es obligatorio, ¿vale? Y para la gente que toca, pues eso, empezar de cero, o más o menos de cero, lo que considere cero. Y lo que vamos a hacer ahora es una lista de quienes van a tocar. Vamos a hacer un random, a ver quién quiere apuntarse, y el orden se decide ahí con la tómbola que hace Roger. Es todo muy informal y vamos a estar por ahí pasando con cables y todo va a fallar, etcétera. Entonces, pues es lo que hay. Podéis ir a la barra maravillosa que hemos montado ahí también. Hay camisetas, birras, vermú y historias. Y venga, pues ya, paro de hablar. ¿Y mañana? Mañana y el sábado. Ah, bueno, pero voy a seguir hablando. Sí, para contrastar.